Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your August 2021 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in being notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin the reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, August 2021, money and career, Virgo. August 2021, money and career, Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Now at the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If we're born on the cusp with Leo, or we have fire sign energy within our chart, this is going to be coming out very powerfully. There's a choice around careers that need to be made or that are going to be made, and it's almost as if something more is opening to us than what we had originally thought. Like there's something that's coming forward that might have only been a dream before, and now it's going to be much more part of our reality, which is going to be really cool. We have the Nine of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. The repeat of the number 4 is saying that we need to really take care of ourselves and be balanced within our bodies and within our homes. There's also a sense of vampiric energy here, and also a lot of people telling us what to do, or a lot of different information coming our way. And that can happen because we're researching things. That can happen because, everybody has an opinion. It all just depends on where we are within our journey. Then we have the Seven of Swords reversed. So secrets are going to be revealed. Things emotionally that have been holding us back for some time are going to come forward. But there's also going to be a need to move forward, which we might feel a little stagnation around. The energy around the movement forward might be a lot harder for us than we thought it would be. We are coming through as the Page of Pentacles. This is a brilliant time for us to learn, for us to expand our horizons, to look at what we want to plant within our lives, how we want to move things forward, what it is that we desire, and also just to see things differently. This is going to be a time where our minds are a bit more elastic. They have an elasticity to them that is going to be really powerful, and it's going to help us see different things and guide us forward. Then we have the Nine of Swords, worry, doubt, fear, and this can very much be around the way that we're interpreting other people, or the way that we're interpreting others' view of success around us. But also in the public arena, we could just be very worried. Am I moving forward the right way? Am I not moving forward the right way? Am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is saying watch your money, especially because we're going to have worry, doubt, and fear. during this time, this could be a time where we find it very kind of therapeutic to do some shopping therapy, to, say, you know what, I'm just going to spend money the way that I want to, screw it all. I'm just going to go and celebrate and do what I want to do. There's going to be a need for savings during this time. There's also going to be a need to value the work that you are doing, the weaving that has been done, that is being done spiritually around us, that divinity is like weaving for us, that is completely out of our control, but also the weaving that we are doing, the coming together that we're doing, that we need to value, because there's going to be a part of us that is going to instinctually undervalue our work and not watch where the money is coming from. And that comes from the vampiric energy that we've been drained by, the vampiric energy that's been overwhelming for us. Now let's look at the energy that we need to be mindful of. What is the energy that Virgo needs to be mindful of? August 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. It is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is going to be our own energy that we need to be mindful of, a sense also of stagnation, maybe being caught in negativity, doubts, fears. There's also going to be this way of viewing things. Like everything has to be quantified. We have to look at things we have to look at things in very much a certain way. This is what success is. This is what power is. This is what bounty is. This is where your life is supposed to be at this stage of your existence, at this year of your being. This is going to be a time where we're very drawn to people who have that rigidity to them, who remind us that, you're not where you're supposed to be. You didn't accomplish that dream, or look at what I've done and look at what you haven't done. Or they stay very, very rigid in, this is what has brought me to success, so this is obviously what will bring you to success. And that's all well and good, and they can come from the very best place and the most wonderful intentions. But we also have to be very mindful of this. We have to be mindful of celebrating our own path forward, of being married to something that is beautiful and prosperous for us. What are we devoting ourselves to, and why? And it's not going to be so easily given by somebody else. It's not going to be that we all of a sudden stumble across somebody and just everything starts to open up, revelation after revelation, the paths become easier, and life has a greater sense of purpose or prosperity or abundance to it. This is going to be hard won, well fought for, and very powerfully gotten. So understand that there are also going to be some people where we can look at them and say, wow, they're so successful, but also I don't jive with their vibrational energy. I don't jive with their energy at all. And I have to respect that. I have to respect that their energy and my energy just don't come together. Or that I feel drained when I'm around them for too long. Or I feel overwhelmed when I'm around them for too long. And it doesn't matter how prosperous they are. If they're starting to make us feel less about ourselves, we have to step back. Now, let us see what our chakra energy is for this time. Virgo, August 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. It's dreams. And we can see here from the red poppies in the Three of Pentacles that our dreams are going to be very important, especially in the waking world. And this is going to be reiterated here and now. So with the third eye chakra coming forward, our third eye, our subconscious self, our greater intuition is going to be speaking to us through our dreams, through our intuitive understanding, through the opening of the door of what everybody else doesn't see, but what is highly powerful and highly, motivating for us. So this is going to be a time where we need to listen to our dreams. We need to listen to our daydreams. We need to listen to the way Spirit is speaking to us and the way Spirit is guiding us forward. It is going to be very important. When it comes to our career, at our root, and during this time, at the root of this time, something is changing. Now, it can be just the way that we look at our career. It can be all of a sudden we wake up and we're unhappy. We realize this unhappiness, or we realize that we're in the stagnant place and we need to be moving forward. Now, we have to be very mindful that this sense of change doesn't lead us to do something reckless. We need to be able to plan things forward, to look at things in a very real way, and really head down in a direction that is right for us. And that might not come across instantaneously. Actually, there's going to be something here where it's like, I never thought I could walk down that road. I never thought I could do this. I never thought this way would open up to me. And so here we have to kind of look outside of the box. But this is also going to be a time where we're astoundingly passionate and we're astoundingly driven, and we want what we want. And that sounds rather, rather like duh to say, like, of course I want what I want. But a lot of times we want things and then we say, okay, well, I have to make compromises here and I have to look at this differently here. And that's not going to happen, unless I build this way. But this is going to be a time where it's like, no, but I want it now. And that's going to be why we have to also be mindful about instant gratification and where we seek that instant gratification through spending, through gambling, through whatever. We're going to seek those dopamine hits and those highs. So we have to be mindful about that. And it's going to be around the places where we can start feeling very powerful and very successful about ourselves, or thinking, okay, this will be my win. This will be the next time, will be the time that everything just sort of works out. So we have to be mindful of this during this time as we're moving forward in our passion, in our determination, and in our fire. There's going to be something here that we kind of stumble across, that we, read about, hear about, see in one way or another, and we're like, well, why not? Why can't I do that? Why can't I move down that way? What is this? And how do I open up this door? And it leads us to the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is this cutting away of doubt and fear, is this greater insight of self and determination. It's like, these are the two roads. This is how I always thought things could be. And now I'm starting to see that the world isn't just path, the left path or the right path. It's going to be so much more. And it is so much more for me. I don't just have to be this or that. And I'm opening up to these ideas. And it's because we're not looking at everybody else. This is going to be a time where we really have to be mindful of looking at our own lane, staying in our own race, not like if you're running a race, staying in that race for us, not for anybody else. And so as we do this, as we are only concerned with ourselves, not in an egotistical, self-obsessed way, but in a way that says, listen, I can't be XYZ. I just can't. I have to be me powerfully, honestly, and purposefully. And I have to judge myself not against what this person is doing. If this person catapulted to success, bless them. But I have to focus on me. And I have to focus on the way that I'm moving forward. And if that is, I'm catapulting to success, that's awesome. But if that is, this is a time where I have to be kinder to myself, where I have to be gentler to myself, where I have to say, you know what, you're still making progress and that's okay, then bless me also. So this is going to be a time where we start to look at things differently. It's not going to be either, I'm all in it, absolutely work 18 million hours a day, or I'm completely lethargic on the couch, can't move type of thing. And we have to have that balance within ourselves. Understand that life isn't going to always be extremes, and that what we had thought of as success is starting to change. We're starting to change. We're starting to cultivate our way forward. And it's pushing what we thought was normal. It's pushing what we thought we should judge ourselves against. And it leads us to our dreams. It leads us to things being revealed. It leads us to transformation. It leads us to greater insight and greater understanding. It leads us to a place of love and of honor and of determination. And this is going to open up our eyes in a very real way, in a very positive way, and in a way that starts to become more to us than what we had thought it would be. So the dream card, the Seven of Cups, comes forward and says, look at your dreams. Look at the things that we have kept back in our subconscious or back in the closet of our mind. And we take out to look at it and to say, oh, okay, I still have this dream, or this just makes me so happy just to think about one day I will do this. This is the path here. And if we focus on this path of what is my dream, what is my desire, and how do I bring that into the waking world, that's going to be something that's astoundingly powerful for us. And it very much changes our gift forward and our way into what we want and into where we desire and into who it is that we are. And it moves us to the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is that vampiric energy. It's around money. It's around our idea of success. It's around what we think about ourselves. These are the negative seeds that people have planted within us. Now, knowingly or unknowingly, because they were a vicious, hurtful person, or because they just didn't know better. They looked at you and said, well, what makes you think you'll succeed? And inside, it was like, well, what makes you think I won't? And so here with the Four of Pentacles, it's very much going to be that vampiric energy, those doubtful words, those hateful words that bounce around in the mind, that keep our earnings low, that keep us from moving forward the way that we want to, that keep us small or, quiet or, doubting our own dreams, when really at our root, it's like, look at those dreams and move forward in the power of them. Be mindful of moving towards extremes, but everybody has to be mindful of that. Everybody has to be mindful of, just saying, screw it, I'm just going to see what happens. I'm just going to push. I'm just going to go without any real plan. Here with the Four of Pentacles, it's looking at inwardly, in ourselves. Why are we staying quiet? Why are we holding ourselves back? What is it that we're afraid of? Are we afraid of failure? Are we afraid of success? Are we afraid that we were never worthy of success to begin with? So why would it ever come to us? And that's not the same as being afraid of actually succeeding. That's negating the success before it even comes into the realm of our being. And so we have to look at what seeds of negativity have been planted. And again, it could be because somebody was having a bad day and they said, oh my gosh, you're just not a good singer. Stop it. Or stop that noise when you were singing or practicing the violin or, laughing. And it wounded. It was said at just the right time, in just the right tone, with just the right, sensitive energy around you to wound you in a very powerful way. And this is going to be a time where we start to crack away at that, where we start to take off the barnacles that have built on and are starting to sink us. And we look at that openly and honestly, and we say, enough is enough. I am my prosperity. I'm not having my energy blocked anymore. My chakra energy blocked, my desires blocked, my heart's wish blocked. And it leads us to the Four of Wands. It leads us to a place of celebration, of marriage, to our ideas and what we want and where it is that we want to be, and the beauty and the prosperity and the intention of us moving forward. This is also, this could be starting a new job. This could be starting our own business. This could be doing something on the side that brings us just such pleasure that our whole life starts to change because our energy vibration is changing. We're stepping into power, determination, focus, and ideals. It moves us to a place where we can also start to see our relationships strengthening around work, around our passions, around what we desire from life. And it brings us then to a place where it's like, okay, I have to stop listening to everybody else. And I need to start focusing on where it is that I want to be, and how it is that I want to open up the door, and what it is that I desire. I have stood through the war, and the war is existing. The war is remaining kind when the world gives us every single reason to have a broken heart and be spiteful and hurtful, and because we were spited and we were hurt. And this is a time where we look at the connection with divinity. We look at the fact that we're still standing. Our mind is bandaged. We have to be very mindful of the thoughts that we are taking in. We have to be very mindful of the actions that we take because the arm is bandaged. So how are we going to fight? How are we going to write? How are we going to work at this? And how are we going to let the energy flow through us in a way that it is positive, it is determined, it is focused, it is insightful? And this is going to be a time where it's like, don't hide away from it. Secrets are revealed. Things that we would rather not face start to come forward and say, you know what, you have to look at it. You have to face it, you have to see it, you have to understand it. The Seven of Swords is that greater understanding, is that focus, is that idea, is that determination. It reversed is going to be like, look at it now. Don't run away. Don't hide away. The heart has had enough of it. Being open and honest with the self is going to be astoundingly important. Seeing things again that we would rather not see is going to be astoundingly important. And it brings us to being the student of our prosperity, of also looking at prosperity and seeing things differently. I'm getting the old Nordic quote of, it's better to be king of a cottage than servant in a castle. And that's just so true. It's better to be king of what we can afford, of our own dwelling, our own self, of what brings us happiness, than the servant to the castle, or the servant to everything has to be bigger, everything has to be better, never be satisfied, always push, push, push. This is being a student of, well, what is it that I want? What is it that brings me joy? What is it that brings me happiness? What is it that moves me forward in a powerful and determined way? And how do I embrace that powerful determination? How do I plant the seeds? How do I call forward my wealth? How do I step into the power of myself? Step into the energy that I was born to? And the Nine of Swords is the worry, doubt, and fear of the public arena of, oh my gosh, do I have to do this for the rest of my life? Or, oh my gosh, am I ever going to be able to stop the worry, to stop the doubt of looking at every single thing that can go wrong? It's stealing my joy. It's stealing my happiness. It's stealing the way that I want to move forward, because now I'm walking with such timidity and I'm exhausted and I'm completely overwhelmed. And it feels like all that is happening is people are pulling me 18 million different directions and nobody is understanding. Nobody is seeing what I'm seeing, or nobody is caring what I am going through. And this is a time where we have to honor ourselves. We have to look at the hurts and the pains and the disappointments and the sleepless nights and the worries and the doubts and the fears and say, why? why is this consuming me? Why is this taking away from the energy that I have to bring to my waking world? And how is it that it is draining me and bringing me down? And once we start to look at that, and once we start to see it, and once we start to call it out, it's a ladder upwards. It's a ladder to raising our energy vibration. It's a ladder to success and power and greater understanding of the mind. Is it painful? Yes, the ladder is made of swords. It's not going to be an easy, joyous, acceleration forward. What it's going to be is it's going to be darn worth it. And it's going to be intensely powerful. And it's going to be a game changer. And it's in the waking world. It's like, look at where the worry is. Look at where the doubt is. Look at where the apathy is coming from. Not from, oh my gosh, I'm being lazy, but from burnout, from burning the candle at both ends, from expecting too much from yourself, from, doubting yourself. Because what you're weaving, what you're creating, what is becoming is something exquisitely beautiful. It's something that is made with just love and honor and respect and tradition and beauty. And it can't even be during this time we start to go back to our roots, to the things that set our heart on fire when we were teenagers, when we were children. This is a time where we start to see that. We start to see our prosperity. We start to see our bounty. We take mindful note of it. We take mindful note of what we are saving, what we are spending our money on and for, how we are moving ourselves forward and how we are accelerating ourselves and our desires. So everything starts to build towards our success, towards our bounty. We also need to value ourselves in a way that is logical. We're not overvaluing ourselves, though sometimes overvaluing ourselves is a good thing because we're saying I'm worth a lot, and people believe what they're told. Believe if you have this confidence, if you have a little bit of arrogance to you and say, I'm really good, I'm spectacular, they'll be like, oh, I'll give you a shot. Now we have to be able to deliver. But to say I'm really good at something and have the quality of work, the craftsmanship to back it up, that's going to be everything. This is a time where we are focusing on what we are creating, what we are weaving together, the bounty that we are calling forward. And we also need to be focusing on our dreams, our determination, and our focus to make what we dream into a reality. And this is going to be a time where we have a lot of worry about this. It's going to be a time where we think, oh my gosh, I just can't, because it has been so hard. It has been a struggle. It's been harder than I expected it to be. This is the time where a new path opens up. And we have the determination, we have the spunk to go after it, to embrace the dream, the power, and the passion forward. Now, the energy we have to be mindful of subconsciously is the Queen of Wands. It can be overextending. It can also be with the Queen of Pentacles. In the Queen of Wands, we have this sacred feminine energy around us. We have this energy of like, don't brag, just kind of do, coming forward, because I always see the queens as the directors behind the scenes instead of the actors upon the stage. This is going to be a time where we can become too consumed with the power of the waking world and not so much in alignment with our spiritual self. This can also be a time where we are really drawn to people who are like, just keep pushing, just embrace the fire, just go after this, don't stop, and that's going to be the exact opposite that we need. We need to bring back the beauty. We need to bring back the reason why. We need to bring back something that's a little bit slower, a little bit calmer, a little bit more centered within the beauty of ourselves. And so even though we're going to be highly drawn to highly successful people, highly determined people who are like, oh, well, when I go home, I still work 5 more, 6 more hours. We need to step back from that and say, okay, what is the quality of life that I want? And what is the success? And how is it that I'm quantifying that success? So that's going to be really, really important. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is balance, the root chakra. And that makes so much sense. We need the balance. We need the balance of the sacred feminine, the sacred masculine. We need the balance of work and home. We need the balance of love and determination and focus. And so everything needs to come into balance. Everything needs to start to build and to call forward harmony. And if it doesn't call forward harmony, we really need to look at why it's still in our lives. And it brings us to our subconscious tarot message, which is the moon. Now, the moon is Pisces energy, but it's also our fears. But it's also, as we face our fears, being able to see more clearly in the darkness. Now, primarily, we are afraid of the dark because we are sight hunters and we don't see well in the dark. So, of course, if you base everything off of sight, this is something that is scary. This is something that makes us astoundingly vulnerable. And so that's why we're afraid of it. When it comes to the full moon, the darkness is illuminated. So the trees become monsters. The shadows take on a life of their own. And we have to see, why is it that the shadows are taking on a life of their own within me? Why is it that I'm being pulled back? Why is it that I'm kind of cutting my own wings? You know, I'm trimming them so I cannot fly. This is a time where we need to be embracing the owl's ability to see within the darkness, to fly to new heights, to move forward in determination and focus and wisdom and love. And as we do so, we move forward being able to understand that we've faced a fear and we've become braver, we've become stronger, we've become more determined, and nothing is going to hold us back. Once this fear is faced, as this fear is faced, and as this beauty guides us. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace our bounty and our prosperity to come. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.